YouTube, it's finally here. I got an Apple Mac Mini 2012 from eBay, and you know how much they cost on eBay. Just check them out. Sorry, I gotta move the microphone cable out of the way. Just check them out on eBay. You'll see how much they are. Luckily, I got this one for a little bit cheaper. Not gonna say how much, but I got it for a little bit cheaper. And the guy accepted my best offer. It's supposed to come without a hard drive, so that's a reason why it was cheaper. He said that it was because it failed the hard drive disk utility check, and that's why they pulled it out. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. They just didn't know how to format the hard drive for a fresh OS install. No idea. And also, it said in the description, not in the title, which, you know, is kind of a little bit of trickery. I hate when they do that. Deep in the description, it doesn't come with the power cable. A lot of Mac Minis on eBay don't come with a power cable. My cousins, that if you watch the gift, when we had that month-long gift video series that lasted a month, his said it came with the power cable, but it didn't. And it didn't mention it anywhere. At least this person mentioned it, but in the description, it should be in the title. And yeah, this is the Mac Mini 2012. So Job has the Mac Mini 2010. I have the Core i7 dual core 2.7 gigahertz with 8 gigabytes of RAM and AMD graphics Mac Mini, and now I have the Core i7 2.6 quad core 2012 with 16 gigabytes of RAM Mac Mini. And you know, the power cable, maybe they think, oh, it's gonna take a month for it to get here, and it doesn't. The machine doesn't work. It's not gonna work by the time it gets there. Holy crap! They put a lot of bubble wrap in here. Maybe they're doing that. Maybe some kind of trickery. Maybe, you know, knowing me, anytime I get something myself, I buy it at Walmart or Target or somewhere, it's missing something, something's broken. On eBay, something's missing or broken. Who knows? I don't know what this Mac Mini looks like because he had 4 of them. He said, we'll send you one of the 4 of different conditions and stuff. And they were selling quickly. They were selling extremely, extremely fast. And I think the guy lied because I see a power cable. I think the guy lied to me. He said it didn't come with a power cable. Okay. Hopefully he's lying about not having a hard drive. But here it is. And you're not going to notice a difference between the 2011-2012, except on the inside. When you look at the motherboard and sockets, there's going to be slight differences. But, God, 16 gigabytes of RAM on a Mac Mini 2012. Oh my God. He said there were dents in it. There's only one little scratch. Oh no, it's not a scratch. Oh my God. Look at this. He said there were scratches on it. Even the cover looks okay. Motherboard's a little shaky, but that's okay. Oh my God. Holy shit. He said it. He said there were scratches and dings. This thing, it feels... I don't know what the hell that is. It's kind of concerning. But he said that there were scratches on it. This thing has absolutely no scratches except on the bottom case. And it sounds like there's a loose screw. So I'm going to open this up and we're going to check. It's supposed to have 16 gigabytes of RAM. I hope it has OWC Larry RAM. Because they've been around since like the 70s and 80s. And they're certified Mac company, and it looks like this thing hasn't been open that much either, which is always good. Always good. Oh God. Well, I twisted it like you're supposed to, and I've done this so many times. And there we go. Doesn't want to come off. Come on. Come on, Mackie. Almost had it off. I know someone's going to say, don't ever use a knife on it. I kind of have to get this thing off. Come on. I had it a second ago. The difference, another difference between the 2011 and 2012, besides having one less gigahertz, is all the USB ports are USB 3.0. And I'm going to pause the video because I got to be able to get this open. I noticed that it does not have OWC Larry RAM, and it has a cheaper brand called Hynix. Hynix. Made, like, it's a Korean company, and this is Job's original RAM from his Mac Mini 2010 dual core, and it came with 2 gigabytes, which is the minimum for most of the modern OSs of Mac OS X 10. And Hynix is pretty slow, because when we got his, it was pretty slow. And then we put one of mine in to do a test, and it sped up. It was about 2 times faster. And then he got his when we did the installation video, and he can play games on it now. Like the Eternal Shooter on the App Store. Check it out. It's a great Halloween type game. So I have this in mind. The weird thing is that this is like a opaque blue, and this is pure black. And you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 chips versus 1, 2, 3, 4 chips per RAM stick. So I think the speed is 1330 hertz. Or is that millihertz? I have to look at that. I think it's millihertz. Yeah, it's millihertz. And that is not the fastest this Mac Mini can take. This Mac Mini can take 1660 hertz. There is no hard drive, so that part of it was accurate. Now, I gotta check something after I put a hard drive in it. I don't know, with this one, since I don't have a spare hard drive right now. God, I don't know. I want to, like, buy a hard drive, a brand new one, rather than transfer my old one over. Because I plan on getting 4 new ones. 2 new ones for my 2011 and 2 for this, but taking these apart is very dangerous, especially with the fan, because I had ripped my fan cord before, and my sister's came without her fan part, temperature reading fan part soldered on, like the little port for it on the motherboard. So I'm trying to decide if I want to put a hard drive in it for now, and then get the 4, and then have to retake it apart and put 2 more in it. I don't know. I've only taken these apart 3 times, and it was hell, because you sweat the whole time, worrying that you're going to ruin something. But now that we are, we have this open, you can see it up close. There are literally no dinks, and I don't know what. Okay, we've got to find out what that clicking noise is, and I've got to be able to test this within 30 days to find out what exactly is wrong with it, because this looks too good to be true. It's kind of like when Job got his Mac Mini. It looks so pristine, and he's been a Mac fan pretty much since his, I think it was 8th grade, high school, or maybe it was junior. I don't remember. Sorry about that, Captain. I don't remember. But he's been a Mac fan since he first used one back then, which wasn't too long ago. And I taught myself during my college classes, because I'd never used a Mac before. And I got to class for my first day of college class. I'm like, what the hell? Ivy Tech uses Macs? They had, the room that I was in was just filled with Mac computers. I'm like, oh God, what are these? I'm like, oh wait, these are Macs? And it took a while of getting used to. But I taught myself how to use a Mac in 30 minutes, believe it or not. It was 30 minutes, because I'm usually a fast tech learner. I'm not the fastest, but in 30 minutes I had everything pretty much down. The only thing that I had difficulty was, I'm like, where's the start menu? And so I was just clicking random things. I'm like, Finder, what? What's a... I'm like, a Finder? Why don't you just call it the start menu? And the search is kind of different too. Gotta make sure I got the right screwdriver. I know I have the right screwdriver. Unless these are stripped. Which they could be. These could be stripped. There we go. They're not. And, okay, cool. I'll just put all my screws in here, because I know for a fact that some of them are going to be lost. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to probably put the hard drive that's going to need replaced, which is I'm just going to pull it from my 2011 Mac Mini, because it's a WD Scorpio, black with 7,200 RPM. Pretty fast. It came with the 2011 Mac Mini when I bought it, shockingly. And it's starting to click every once in a while. And I've had the click so many times in this life that I no longer need to go to the doctor. I know how to take care of it. So I'll just put it on the top one, pull it out, and then put the new ones in when Black Friday comes and OWC Larry has their hard drives on sale. Okay. Okay. The good thing is if I break the fan connector that just goes, the thing that connects the fan to the motherboard, I can get a new fan, but I cannot get a new motherboard. Oh shit, I did it. Whew! I did it. No damage, it's still there. Awesome. Now I can pull out this. But yeah, I'll put that hard drive on top, and there is a missing screw. So that's what I've been hearing, is they missed a screw right here. There's supposed to be one, but that's okay, because I've got a whole bunch of spares from when Job and I did it. Like, we made sure that every single port had a screw in it, and somehow when I took my 2011 apart and we took his 2010 apart, we had extra screws, which means that no, not every port had been replaced with a screw. So I just know that if I'm missing one, more than likely between his and mine, we have it somewhere. That screw is stuck in there. I gotta make sure that I get. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah. If you've watched the videos where we took ours apart, you'll see just how nerve-wracking this part of it can be. Usually with this part, you just pull up and out, and it feels like it's going to snap, but it doesn't. I know I'm a certified Apple Pro. Not really. But I've done this so many times, and that always happens. I don't know how the people on Mac tutorials get it just in the first go. Come on. Because with me, I get it so tight in there, like the manual says. Oh, it feels like. Come on. Come on, baby. Okay. It feels like it's gonna snap, but it never does. But yeah, the people on the Mac tutorials. There we go. See? It always makes that sound. You're like, oh, you're gonna ruin it. No, I'm not, believe me. I'm good. Oh! Wow! Wow. You see this? These people knew what they were doing. I'm proud of them. They knew what they were doing. And the good thing is, usually you have to buy a second hard drive cable. From OWC Larry or eBay. I got mine generically from eBay. This one already has two. The first one The second one. And normally that costs $5 to $15. I said 5 to 20. No, 5 to 15. And they taped it all, which is probably what I'm hearing is all these loose screws. Yeah, the loose screws that they couldn't remember where they went to. And now I got one of them somewhere in this thing. And they taped it all down. That's okay. As long as it works and there's not one thing wrong with it. The Wi-Fi connects, the IR remote connects, I'm fine. And the hard drives and all the important stuff. But that explains why I heard a screw somewhere around here. And you gotta make sure you take this tape out because when it gets really hot, there is a danger of fire. Getting it heated up. And it looks like they put some part right here, metal piece, because my Mac Mini 2011 does not have that. My 2011 Mac Mini in about 5 minutes, 45 seconds. Looks like they even left me an Asian here. This was from an Asian company in San Jose, California. I was kind of terrified because, and an eyelash. Because San Jose is known for a lot of illegal things or only for Spanish things. So the good thing about it is that even though it didn't come, there's nothing wrong with like it being Spanish, but I'm saying like if I plugged this in and it had a hard drive with it, it would be in Spanish. I wouldn't know which one to click to switch it to English. That's what I meant by that. So please don't take offense to it. No offense meant. Now you can do this without unplugging the airport, and it looks like the airport Wi-Fi on this has something covering it, which I don't know if it was how it came or if it was their alteration. I don't know. But doing my Mac Mini again for the 5th time now, I did it in record time. I should be able to jimmy it right there. There we go. Supposed to plop right into place. Boom. Just do not bend your cables. Do not bend your RAM cage. Otherwise, you're pretty much screwed. And then you gotta just gently connect the hard drive cable. There we go. And then I do plan on adding, another one. And I want to get some 10,000 RPM ones, but I think it would produce way, way too much heat. The more RPMs, the more heat usually. They do have 10,000 RPMs. That only lasts like 6 months to a year and a half, because the plates wear out. I believe this goes next. So yeah, you do not have to unplug the Wi-Fi cable. You just have to be really, really careful with putting your hard drive in. And this one, yeah, mine just plops right out now. This one wants to give me trouble. This plastic piece wants to give me so much trouble. Come on, buddy. Because it's not matched up with the screw hole on the back. Come on, buddy. Check something out. Oh yeah, that cannot be like that. It was a close fit. It was a close fit. There we go. Need to find a way to get this bad boy to go all the way back where it belongs. All the way back. There we go. Come on, baby. Okay. It's happening again. Eh. Come on, baby. It's just the bottom one that's not matching up, and that's what come on. I'm gonna check my other one. Okay. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna unscrew it over here and check to see what the hell. Why mine just slides in. Maybe because I've done it before and the person before me did it before too, because they didn't come with the WD Black Scorpio. That was something that you had to change, but mine just pops right in and out. This one is giving all kinds of trouble. Yeah, mine just pops right in and out. Slides right into place. Wow. This one does not want to do that. It's actually starting to bend the piece right here. So what I might do, I could take... I hope that doesn't ruin anything. I might take mine and see if it fits. Because this one is getting stuck right here. And you have to put this part first. Looks like... to my eyes, it's too big. Come on. Yeah, mine just came right out. Once I get this all settled, it'll be cool. I won't even care as much. I'll just be like, awesome, I got it, woo! Alright, here we go. And, yeah! I'm having the exact same issue. The exact same issue. That explains why there was a screw missing on this thing. Not just because they... took them out. If I can just get the... Huh. They might have undid the whole thing? What? They might have undone the whole thing. Undone, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, I'm sorry. Trying to see what could be there. And it looks like there's a screw, which someone's going to say, oh man, that's a screw that holds it into place. Possibly. That's always a possibility. Someone's going to say, that's unorthodox. You almost ruined it. No, I didn't. Trust me, it's fine. So, that explains why their bottom screw wasn't there. There's something that was undone on this thing that they did not do properly. There we go. I moved the bolt back into place. Yeah. That's going to be an issue, I feel like. Because I feel like someone's going to say this is a crucial part. And it is, because it's soldered. There we go. I undid it. It's this part right here that was starting to bend on the side. That was probably and hopefully the final issue. Hopefully I'll just now plug everything back in and everything works, you know? But I don't know. I don't know. Someone told me on the Mac website, yeah, you can, these are the hard drive screws. Interesting. Someone on the Mac site's going to say, yeah, they told me that I could just take one hard drive out and put in another Mac Mini and it would work, but that is very, very debatable. Until I see proof of it, I shall not believe, because there's always something that an official tells me on any website, on Walmart, on really pretty much anything, that's always got something that they leave out conveniently. They're like, oh, you meant that. Well, we meant this. And I'm like, oh, crap. And I forgot to take out the top screw. Hang on, a piece of dust flew in there. There we go, it flew out. We're good. I don't know if you saw that on the camera. There's a piece of dust that flew in here. There we go, baby. I think it's kind of cool that pieces of these screws screw right into the hard drive. That's kind of freaking cool. Like these two on the sides screw into the side. Oh, this one. It screws right into the hard drive, so you have to have it lined up perfectly. It's like, oh, so that's what those screw holes on hard drives do. Because I never use them, and someone's going to say, idiot, you're supposed to when you put it in your bay on your Windows computer and your chassis, you're supposed to use these screws. I never do. I pull hard drives in and out of my computer all the time, and I don't move it. I don't move my big computer anymore. I move my Mac Mini all the time. I do not move my big computer anymore. So I have no risk unless an earthquake happens of it falling. There's like no risk of that. Or if someone breaks in, steals it, but by then I can't really control any of that. Alright. Okay. Don't tighten them too much. You don't want to strip it. Otherwise, these are actually kind of hard to replace. You'll have to buy a broken Mac Mini on eBay and just take the screws out of that one. And usually, you can get a broken Mac Mini for $20, $30. Usually it's just water damage, or they dropped it once and they don't know how to replace the hard drive, or they don't know what's wrong with it. It's usually stuff like that. I bought, I think, 2 broken things on eBay before, and I was able to repair them. One of them I repaired with Job. It was a computer. I don't know if he remembers it. And we resold it for like $50. It was a long time ago. Okay. I think it's this one goes here. Yep. It's kind of fun replacing these and putting new parts in it, new RAM, new stuff like that, but it's also scary because it only takes one screw up But yeah, I don't know if I said it, the difference earlier. I kind of cut myself off between this is it also has USB 3.0. So I got to take this out and put that screw back in. Keep grabbing my wrong one. I like the USB 3.0. And my 2011 had a hard time with streaming on OBS. Like, Joe and I streamed with a webcam, and the audio was off. And I didn't put that in all the way. Shoot. Okay. Yeah, we tried to stream a video game via webcam, and it like OBS recorded our voice and stuff like that, but about 10 seconds into it, it started to desync. So hopefully this one having a quad core instead of a dual core. There we go. We'll be able to handle that. And we were just streaming a Nintendo 64 game. And then once I test this here, I've got to go home. Because I'm not at my house. I have all my mail sent either to my aunt's, my grandmother's, or my mother's house. I love how they did that, though. They put tape on it and stuff. That was actually pretty cool. Okay, everything's in there, every screw. Yeah, I do not have extra screws for once. Yay. It is much easier to do it without pulling out the whole thing. Alright. And just so I don't have this issue, I'm going to close it halfway. Yeah, okay, cool. It's not doing that noise anymore. I thought it was. Time to test this bad boy. I'll be back in a second. I'm not going to cut the video. There's no point. Because I just got to plug in some things. And hopefully it does what the Apple representative told me and just loads up my hard drive. Ah, that hurt. USB 3.0, I cannot wait. And I can have Mac Mohave. It powered on, but it didn't make the Mac noise. Oh, for the love of God, please work. Question mark with a folder icon. The issue was fixed. I don't know if I recorded it, but when I plugged in my hard drive, it showed up with a folder with a question mark. Now, normally on Macs, that means that your hard drive is corrupted, but there's no way because I was just on my Mac Mini 2011 right before with the hard drive that I took out that you saw me do. And it was working fine. It was clicking, but it was working fine. I could log in. Then I tried the disk utility via the internet download, which you can do, and it showed up in disk utility, But I went to verify it. It verified fine. And then from there, I went to undo everything in this Mac Mini from eBay. And noticed that somehow the hard drive connector had 2 pins in, 3 pins out. Like, it was like this, kind of like that. So I snapped it back in, and now it loaded up fine. So that little folder with the question mark does not always mean what Apple website says it means. You know, destroyed, dead, failed hard drive. Probably means that there's an issue with your connector. Now it's working fine. And I'm excited to see if it's faster than my Mac Mini 2011. More responsive, definitely, because my Mac Mini 2011, you can do it like this. Job and I usually do it like this, and it's fine, but this is really, really fast. And this is that Samsung Essentials Curve monitor we did a review on last year on Black Friday, so it's still working a year later. 2.6 gigahertz, Intel Core i7, yep, 16 gigabytes of 1600 millihertz DDR3, yep, Intel Graphics HD, and this is shared memory. Usually it has 250 to 283 megabytes with 2 gigabyte put in. Now with the 16, it has 1.5 gigabytes of video RAM. So I don't know, a lot of people were saying that doesn't speed it up. They said it does not. It doesn't make it any faster, but that's not true. Because I think I'll be able to stream on YouTube now that I have the maximum amount of RAM. And my AMD on my 2011 AMD graphics is not shared, so it's stuck at 256. This one is 1.5 gigabytes. So I should be able to. You can have multiple displays. Storage is, yep, everything's checking out. I gotta change the name, because it's not the 2011 anymore. Yep, 8 stick, cool. Support, yep. Service. Huh. This one doesn't show up on mine. I got the service thing now. And this is compatible. The 2012s are compatible with Mac OS Mohave. The 2011s aren't. The 2011s and 2010s are stuck with Mac OS High Sierra. They will not get Mojave. So this is still not outdated yet. I'm pretty sure in the next OS or the OS after Mojave, it's going to stop working. It's going to stop updating. But until then, I'm happy with this. I've got to test out iMovie and see if... Yep, OpenMU's here. Yep. All my games that I ripped from my 2010 Mac Mini are all here. So happy. And iMovie. Yep, look at that. It loads up way faster than the 2011. That's initializing to the new hard drive, so it has to load everything up. We're speaking Asian. Sorry. Yeah, we're speaking Asian. And I gotta turn this down. I want to see how it plays now. Oh god, I turned it up. I gotta turn it down. Is it not letting me turn it down? If I cannot turn down the volume, that's gonna suck. Oh yeah, okay, cool. This is Job's Blue Yeti Blackout Edition review. You should definitely check it out. He did a great job. He asked me to get professional stuff. Angles, moving camera, lots of audio tracks, some effects like making the screen brighter. And a microphone, HD Pro Lav mic.
In glorious Foco with the Canon T5i. I can drop my bag now because there's no need to, you know. So we have the ultimate professional USB microphone with high capsule array, which is the 3 condenser.
Multiple audio levels and video.
Different language. High capsule array. So here we have the Blackout Yeti. This is a...
It looks to be absolutely fine, but I will get back to you, make a follow-up video detailing any issues I run into. I do really want to get the OWC Larry RAM, but if the Hynix RAM works, I'll stick with it. But if I see that the OWC is 16333 instead of 1600, I'll probably get it and just sell this RAM to someone that actually wants a slightly cheaper variant. Okay, I'm using the Logitech C9, I think 21 or C920. It's the Pro Streaming one. There's a model of it that's above the C920, I think. And with my 2011 Mac Mini, it lagged on. After about 10 seconds, it would overheat the computer. The 2011 Mac Mini is an i7 dual core. This is a quad core. And the 2011 Mac Mini supports USB 2.0. The 2012 supports USB 3.0, which is what this webcam usually requires if you want to do higher frame rates. So let's see if it's going to desync the audio. Some things I've noticed is that people were right when they said that it can't handle graphic intensive stuff like the Mac Mini 2011 i7 with the AMD graphics built in. The AMD one can actually handle Super Mario Sunshine on Dolphin emulator. This one lags with it. With the AMD, I get 60 frames per second, 55 to 60 frames per second. This one, I'm lucky to get 30, and it's slow and laggy. iMovie also takes longer to export videos, and I did a test. I didn't record it because if you record, it takes that much more CPU. But I did a test. I exported a project, took the hard drive out, exported a project on my 2011. Then I exported it with the same hard drive on the 2012, and the 2012 took 5 minutes longer than the 2011. Even at being a quad core, the 2012 was still slower with iMovie exporting. I'm going to do more tests and give you an update later on. So far, I'm really disappointed with the exporting videos on iMovie. The good thing is that I can play 4K video in iMovie slightly better than with the 2011. This one plays for about 5 seconds and lags, then lags and then plays again, and then lags and then plays again. Like the audio keeps playing, but the video stutters. With the 2011, it just always stutters. With this one, I can at least get 5 to 10 seconds before it stutters. And with the 2011, it lags when I put the video on half speed. But with this one, the 2012, it plays at full 60 frames per second slow motion fine with 4K on a GoPro Hero 5. So for some reason, it doesn't play it right at regular speed, but it plays it smoothly and fine in slow motion. So there's some pros and cons there. And what else? It can open up more tabs in Safari than I can with the 2011. The 2011, I can have like 6 tabs open playing a YouTube video at 720p fine. Then I can have one YouTube video be 1080p and the others be 720p, and it's fine on the Mac Mini 2011. With this one, I can open up like 10 or 12 on the quad core and play them at 4 at 1080p is what I tested earlier, and the rest were 720p, and it was fine, no lag. Once I tried to do 5, it started to lag on one video. So there are upgrades to it. The weird thing is that this one, I had no idea that it was the 2012, let me check, hang on. Here we go about this Mac. The weird thing about this one is it's a Mac Mini server, and I did not know that it was the server edition. Late 2012. Processor 2.6 gigahertz, Intel Core i7 quad core, and graphics Intel HD 4000 at 1536 megabytes of video RAM. And of course, that's because I have 16 gigabytes RAM built in that I ordered it with, which is really it's shared memory, which you would think that it would make everything even better, but I guess not. I guess the people on OWCLarry.com were right, saying that even with the shared memory, it's not going to make it better than an AMD that has like 256 megabytes versus 1.5 gigabytes. That's weird that the Mac Mini 2011 is more powerful in a lot of ways than the 2012 quad core.
That is so weird. They're both i7. One's dual core, one's quad core, and that's basically the only difference. One has 16 gigabytes RAM. The other one has 8 from OWC Larry. This one's the Hynix. I'm still blown away by that. You would figure that the 2012 would be better, but it's really, it's so close. But I would say in some ways it's weaker if you're doing video editing. Photoshop works fine. I can actually do the 3D graphics. Because Photoshop, like, I think for 3D Fire graphics render or whatever it says on my 2011 Mac Mini, you need to have 385 megabytes of RAM minimum for that. This one, I load up Photoshop fine, and I don't get that error, and I can do the Fire render and stuff. So there are pros and cons. If you're doing more, if you want faster video processing, I suppose, with iMovie, then I would prefer the 2011. If you're doing graphic things like gaming and stuff, you won't be able to stream Dolphin on a Mac Mini 2011. It just, yeah, you're going to get 55 to 60 frames per second on it if you get the i7 edition, but once you go to stream it with your streamer, it's going to just go. This one, there's no chance. I'll go from 25 to 30 frames to 0. But you can stream PS1 games fine on OpenEMU and stuff like that. You can stream them fine, Game Boys and stuff like that. You just have to worry about, well, you know, the companies and stuff coming after you. So, yeah, in a way, if I were to buy a Mac Mini, I would probably pick the 2011 that I have right here. The 2012 is great for browsing and stuff, but gaming-wise, it's okay on OpenEMU. I'll have to test a video game stream using OpenEMU with a game that I actually own on a disc, which would be Spyro 2. It's one of the few games I actually still own on a disc. The other ones I made backups of on Alcohol 120%. So those are my initial thoughts. Right now, like I said, I'll do update videos later on. And I gotta see if the audio is still synced on this video. If it is, then when you're watching this, the audio is still synced via webcam. It's better with streaming on OBS via webcam recording than on the 2011 that desyncs after a while.